Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. So this is the most basic greeting we have in Arabic. So if you enter anywhere, please say Assalamu alaikum. صباح الخير. Good morning. صباح الخير. Good morning. And this is so easy. When you see someone in the morning, just tell them صباح الخير. It sounds cool. مساء الخير. Good afternoon. مساء الخير. That is good afternoon. تصبح على خير. Good night. تصبح على خير. That is good night. When someone goes to bed, you simply tell them تصبح على خير. Good night. ما اسمك? What's your name? السلام عليكم. ما اسمك? Hello, what's your name? أنا بريهان. I am Perihan. So in reply, the other person says أنا and then their name. أنا means I am and then they put their name. So ما اسمك? What's your name? أنا بريهان. I am Perihan. تشرفنا. Nice to meet you. تشرفنا. Nice to meet you. So now you have a whole conversation. ما اسمك? أنا بريهان. تشرفنا. What's your name? I am Perihan. Nice to meet you. كيف حالك? How are you? كيف حالك? How are you? How are you doing? السلام عليكم. كيف حالك? Hello. How are you doing? أنا بخير. شكرا. ماذا عنك? I'm fine. Thanks. And you? And this is the reply to السلام عليكم. كيف حالك? That is hello. How are you? And you say أنا بخير. شكرا. ماذا عنك? I'm fine. Thank you. How about you? من فضلك. Please. من فضلك. That means please. So you can say اجلس من فضلك, which means please sit down. شكرا. Thank you. شكرا, which means thank you. شكرا على الهدية. Thank you for the present. عفوا. You're welcome. عفوا. You're welcome. So from the beginning, شكرا على الهدية. Thank you for the present. And you reply, عفوا. You're welcome. نعم. Yes. نعم, which means yes. So for example, you can say, هل تريد قهوة? Do you want coffee? And you reply with نعم. Yes. And you can also add من فضلك. من فضلك, please. لا. No. The opposite of it, لا. لا, which means no. So one more. هل تريد قهوة? Do you want coffee? No. لا. And you can say شكرا. Thank you. حسنا. Okay. حسنا. Okay. فلنذهب إلى الحديقة. Let's go to the park. And you say حسنا. حسنا. Okay. عذرا. Excuse me. عذرا, which means excuse me. So for example, you can say عذرا علي الذهاب. عذرا علي الذهاب, which means excuse me, I have to go. أنا آسف. I am sorry. أنا آسف, which means I'm sorry. For example, you can say أنا آسف على التأخير. I'm sorry I am late. كم الساعة? What time is it? كم الساعة, which means what time is it? You can ask someone كم الساعة? كم الساعة الآن? Which means what time is it now? And you can say it's 1:30. إنها الواحدة والنصف. إنها الواحدة والنصف. أين المرحاض? Where is the restroom? أين المرحاض? Where is the restroom? So you can say عذرا أين المرحاض? Excuse me, where is the restroom? انتظر لحظة. Wait a moment. عذرا انتظر لحظة, which means excuse me, wait a moment. بكم هذا? How much is this? بكم هذا الفستان? How much is this dress? الحساب لو سمحت. Could I get the check, please? So, for example, if you're in a restaurant, you can do this simple hand sign, which is like this, and you say, الحساب لو سمحت. الحساب لو سمحت. Could I have the check, please? al-nağdah, help. al-nağdah, which means help. So, for example, you can say, لقد سرقت حقيبتي. My bag was stolen. al-nağdah, help. أراك لاحقاً. See you later. أراك لاحقاً, which means see you later. So when you say goodbye to your friend, you tell him أراك لاحقاً. And if you're saying goodbye to a group of friends, you say أراكم لاحقاً. أراكم لاحقاً. مع السلامة, goodbye. مع السلامة, which means goodbye. أنا ذاهب إلى المنزل. مع السلامة. I'm going home. Goodbye. Waiter. Waiter. The first word is waiter. Waiter. And in Egypt, sometimes we call it garçon or الصبي. الصبي. الصبي means the boy. For example, you can say هقول للويتر يجيب منديل. هقول للويتر يجيب منديل. I'll ask the waiter to get some napkins. سلطة. Salad. سلطة. سلطة. Salad. عايز سلطة. عايز سلطة. And usually, like, you know, when everything is chaotic, like when everything is so confusing and you don't know what's going on, you say like, is salata di? Is salata di? What kind of salad is that? Like everything is so messed up and you don't know what's going on. Just like a salad. Menu, 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 menu. For example, you can say, ممكن المنيو? ممكن المنيو? Can I have the menu? يطلب, to order. يطلب, يطلب, to order. هنطلب دلوقتي. هنطلب دلوقتي. We will order now. The next one is مية. Water. مية. مية. Water. For example, ممكن مية لو سمحت. ممكن مية لو سمحت. May I have some water, please? الحلو. Dessert. الحلو. الحلو. Dessert. For example, menu الحلو لو سمحت. menu الحلو لو سمحت. The dessert menu, please. Chef. 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 Which means chef. For example, الشيف بتاع الفندق ده ممتاز. الشيف بتاع الفندق ده ممتاز. This hotel's chef is excellent. وجبات سريعة. Fast food. وجبات سريعة. وجبات سريعة. Fast food. For example, مش بحب الوجبات السريعة. مش بحب الوجبات السريعة. I don't like fast food. مطعم. Restaurant. مطعم. مطعم. Restaurant. For example, جربت المطعم ده قبل كده؟ جربت المطعم ده قبل كده؟ Did you try this restaurant before? فاتورة. Bill. فاتورة. فاتورة. Bill. For example, you can say عايز الفاتورة لو سمحت. عايز الفاتورة لو سمحت. I want the bill, please. Sometimes in Egypt, you can see or do this gesture to refer to the bill as well that you wanted.
مرحباً أنا كارول سررت بلقائك. Hi, I'm Carol. Nice to meet you. In this series, العربية في 3 دقائق, we're going to learn basic Arabic expressions. It's super easy and it takes only 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Arabic. There are a few other ways to say it depending on how formal you want to be. Let's first look at an informal way to introduce yourself in Arabic. مرحباً أنا كارول سررت بلقائك. Hi, I'm Carol. It's a pleasure to meet you. مرحباً أنا كارول سررت بلقائك. Now you try it. Start by saying مرحباً, which is the equivalent of hi. Then say أنا, literally I am, followed by your name. أنا كارول is I am Carol. Finally, say nice to meet you. If you're talking to a man, you say سررت بلقائك. If you are talking to a woman, say سررت بلقائك. This phrase means pleasure to meet you. In the English phrase pleasure to meet you, you is a neutral word. You can use it for both men and women. But in Arabic, the word you needs a gender. When you change the last letter in لقائك, a, to an E sound, لقائك, you are actually changing the word you from the male to the female version. Please be careful to use the correct version. Now let's see another way of introducing yourself. In this version, you will say, "Hi, my name is Carol," instead of, "Hi, I am Carol." And we will learn another way of saying, "Nice to meet you." مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك. Hi, my name is Carol. I am honored to meet you. مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك. What has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. First, مرحبا, أنا كارول has changed to مرحبا, اسمي كارول. So, instead of saying, "Hi, I am Carol," we are speaking in a more formal way by saying, "Hi, my name is Carol." Next, after giving your name, instead of saying سررت بلقائك, you say تشرفت بمعرفتك, or I am honored to meet you, which is a bit more formal. Again, we should not forget to change the ending of the word depending on the gender of the person you're speaking to. It would be تشرفت بمعرفتك for a man and تشرفت بمعرفتك in case of a woman. One more time, here are the 4 ways you learn to introduce yourself in Arabic. Informally, مرحبا, أنا كارول. سررت بلقائك if you are speaking to a man, and مرحبا, أنا كارول. سررت بلقائك if you are speaking to a woman. The formal way to introduce yourself is مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك if the person you're talking to is a man, and مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك if that person is a woman. Now it's time for Carol's tips. When you introduce yourself in the Middle East or Northern African countries, it's polite to offer your right hand for a handshake or give 3 kisses on the cheeks, although the rules vary depending on where you are. Arab people place great value on politeness. So, for example, it is considered rude to enter a room or a place without greeting everyone. If you use the right sentence to introduce yourself, they'll definitely be impressed. In the last lesson, we learned how to thank people by saying شukran and شukran jazilan. In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Arabic-speaking countries. هل أنتم جاهزون? Are you ready? فلنبدأ, then let's start. The most common greeting is مرحبا or hi. مرحبا. This is a general way to greet people when you see them. A more cultural greeting is Assalamu alaikum. This means peace be with you and is generally used only by Muslims. We say it when we meet someone and also when we leave. Assalamu alaikum. Someone could respond to Assalamu alaikum with marhaban or hi, but it is more polite to respond to such greetings in the corresponding way. Since Assalamu alaikum means peace be with you, when greeted in that way, we should answer back with wa alaikum assalam, which literally means peace be with you too. Wa alaikum assalam. Whether you use marhaban, hi, or assalamu alaikum, it is also polite to ask the person how they are. Kaifa haluka. How are you? Kaifa haluka. Don't forget that in Arabic, the word you needs to have a gender. So, kaifa haluka is good if you are talking to a man, but if you are talking to a woman, you should ask kaifa haluki. Kaifa haluki. When it's time to leave, you can say wada'an or goodbye. Wada'an. The other person can reply ma'a salama, which means be safe. Ma'a salama. Let's review the phrases you've learned in this lesson. Marhaban is hi. Assalamu alaikum is peace be with you. The response is wa alaikum assalam. Kaifa haluka or kaifa haluki is how are you. Wada'an is goodbye. And ma'a salama is be safe. Now it's time for Carol's tips. If you're leaving and you want to show the person that you would like to see them again, you can use ila liqa, meaning see you, or ila liqa'i qariban, see you soon. إلى اللقاء. إلى اللقاء قريباً. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Arabic. Do you remember them? We introduced marhaban and assalamu alaikum, as well as shukran and ila liqa. In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Arabic, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Are you ready? Then let's start. Here's the basic way to ask if someone speaks English. هل تتكلم الإنجليزية? If you are talking to a male. And هل تتكلمين الإنجليزية? If you are talking to a female. هل تتكلم الإنجليزية؟ هل تتكلمين الإنجليزية؟ هل means do. You and speak are merged in the same word تتكلم for males and تتكلمين for females. إنجليزية means English. This is an indirect way of asking someone to speak to you in English. There are many ways of making it clear that you're asking the person to speak English to you. For example, هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية? Means, could you speak English? هل بإمكانك means, could you? Are you able to? Or, is it possible to? And is referring to the ability of the person to speak English. Again, if you're talking to a female, you should change the last accent of ka to ki. So the question becomes, هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية? التكلم means speaking, and بالإنجليزية is in English. To be more formal, we could add the word please to the request to make it هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية من فضلك? In this case, the question cannot mean the person's ability to speak English anymore, because you are obviously asking them to speak English to you. Since in Arabic the word please literally means from your favor, it should also be changed according to the person's gender. So, in case of a female, we should also change the ka ending of please in min fadlika to min fadliki. The question becomes هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية من فضلك? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. نعم, yes. نعم. قليلاً, a little. قليلاً. There are a few ways of saying no in Arabic. لا or كلا. No, I don't speak English is لا أنا لا أتكلم الإنجليزية. لا أنا لا أتكلم الإنجليزية. It is exactly the same structure as in English. لا is no, أنا is I, لا means don't. أتكلم is I speak, and الإنجليزية is English. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say لا before the verb أتكلم or speak. لا literally means no, but when placed before a verb, it negates this verb, becoming don't or doesn't. Notice also that the verb أتكلم is slightly different than تتكلم, which we learned before. Remember, the verb changes depending on the pronoun used. We are now talking about أنا, Arabic for I. Thus, I do not speak is أنا لا أتكلم. Now it's time for Carol's tips. For those of you who are not native English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Arab people study other languages at school, depending on the country they live in, so maybe you'll get lucky. Just substitute al-Ingliziyya with al-Faransiyya for French, al-Italiyya for Italian, al-Ispaniyya for Spanish, or al-Almaniyya for German. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Arabic, including عذراً and أنا آسف. In this lesson, we are going to learn digits in Arabic. Yes, digits, al-arqam, from 1 to 9. And you are going to learn them in only 3 minutes, 3 دقائق. Are you ready? Let's start. واحد واحد اثنان اثنان ثلاثة ثلاثة أربعة أربعة خمسة خمسة ستة ستة سبعة سبعة ثمانية ثمانية تسعة تسعة. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the digits and give you time to repeat each one. واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة. Great job! What is before واحد? Do you know? It's صفر. صفر. You don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell phone number in Arabic. Let's try together. We use the phrase رقمي هو, which means my number is. رقمي هو. رقمي هو صفر ثلاثة سبعة واحد اثنان أربعة تسعة ستة. Can you read it by yourself? صفر ثلاثة سبعة واحد اثنان أربعة تسعة ستة. Perfect. In the last lesson, we learned how to count in Arabic. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers because they will come in handy in this lesson. We're going to learn how to go shopping in Arabic-speaking countries. Before we go, you need to know how to say, how much is this? بكم هذا? بكم هذا? Are you ready to go shopping? Let's go. You see something you like and you want to ask the shopkeeper how much it costs. The first thing to say is, عفواً. Do you remember what that means? Excuse me. عفواً بكم هذا? عفواً بكم هذا? Another way of asking how much is this is to say, what is the price of this? Or, كم ثمن هذا? Next, if we are specifying what the object is, we need to know if the object is feminine or masculine. If it is masculine, keep هذا when referring to it. And if it is feminine, use هذه. Then, if you would like to specify the name of the object, you first say al, which is like the, and then say the noun. For example, pen is masculine. قلم. عفواً, كم ثمن هذا القلم? Excuse me, what is the price of this pen? عفواً, كم ثمن هذا القلم? And محفظة is a feminine noun that means wallet. عفواً, كم ثمن هذه المحفظة? Excuse me, how much is this wallet? عفواً, كم ثمن هذه المحفظة? At this point, the shopkeeper can answer by saying just the price, or ثمنه plus the price for a masculine noun, and ثمنها plus the price for a feminine noun. For example, 20 lira, 20 liras, or ثمنه 20 lira. Its price is 20 liras. Now it's time for Carol's tips. After asking for the price, we can ask for the number of items we want and combine the words we learned before to make a good sentence. اثنان من فضلك. 2 please.
Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.